All right. Well, welcome.
Stupid. Sorry, you're going to have to redo the intro now.
Nope, you're keeping it in. Welcome back to Basement
gosh.
Birds and Reid's ridiculous hat.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
It's baseball season. Baseball is back. Major League Baseball, kicked off opening day last weekend, and baseball is back. So,
Well, opening days
sporting
today.
my
Wait a second.
apparel.
Opening day is at Wrigley Field today for
that's
the
their
home opener.
That's not opening
For the
day. Opening day was when they started on the
your
road.
pie hole, dude.
Okay.
I said home opener.
Yeah.
Home opening day. We're day opening at home today.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that is true. At the friendly confines, yeah.
At the friendly confines. So
But,
that's why I wanted to wear my baseball jersey
You
today.
are sporting your Cubs jersey. I'm sporting my Brewers jersey. Go Crew. With my matching hat. Look at this. The hat has the logo on the front, on the side.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that is fancy. Would you believe that I own two different Cubs jerseys that
No, I
are
probably
both
wouldn't. I'm
of
taking
high
this thing
quality?
off. That was a very weird fit. But no, now I have a mark on my forehead too. Oh no.
Well, that's all right.
You own
It'll
two different Cubs jerseys. What's the other one that you wear or that you have?
I have a blue Starlin Castro jersey.
Okay, nice.
I met Starlin Castro one time.
That's pretty
and
cool.
That's why I bought his jersey.
Yeah, this jersey does not have anyone on it. It's blank.
I don't know. This is my first pitch jersey that has my name on it, and I think it has two. I think I'm the 13 because it was in 2013.
Oh, that would make sense. That checks out. Yeah.
What's the number? I don't even know.
I can't tell. 13. Cap 13.
That's me.
Yep.
If it's 3, it's me. Right?
It's 13 though, so I guess it's not.
Well, it has a 1 and a I don't know. But today's opening day at Wrigley Field, home opening day.
Home opening day. There we go.
And
Close
I felt
enough.
that this was an appropriate time to bring up a controversial topic before we get into another peanut butter related topic. But if you've been living under a rock lately, you haven't seen that the MLB came out with some brand new jerseys this year. And I'm not a huge baseball fan, but even I...
Yeah, I'm surprised you're in tune to this as much as you are, honestly.
I just think it's hilarious, quite honestly. It's just after seeing some of the images online of some of the ridiculous ways that people's names look and the new ones compared to the old ones and how terrible they look. I just find it amusing that will happen in Major League Baseball, or Major League Baseball allowed that to happen.
Yeah. It's very interesting what's all going on with it. For those of you that don't know, fill everyone in. Nike has a deal with Major League Baseball. They signed it in 2020 to design the uniforms for the league.
Yes.
So what Nike does is they make the design and they send it to Fanatics, and Fanatics produces the uniforms. Okay.
Right.
Nike is essentially paying a very, very large sum of money to have their logo on the uniform. They don't do a lot of the production themselves. Okay.
Right.
Because
it sounds like they do none of the production other than designing the
correct.
jersey.
They do the design, okay. But Fanatics acquired Majestic, who makes your jersey, who used to have the Major League Baseball contract.
Correct.
But production of these new jerseys is still happening in the same factory. So people were thinking that the quality would stay the same, but obviously it's not. They changed the name or the size of the names and stuff like that. They took a lot of the fun fonts that teams use. Like the Mariners used to have a more serif font, and now it's just a regular font.
Right.
And there's obviously some issues with some quality control and stuff. There's a whole thing about the pants and things as well.
See-through pants, which is an issue, understandably.
Patches on the jerseys and stuff aren't as detailed or as stitched as much. The thing with the pants, though, I want to bring up, I did see that. I saw this on Twitter. This guy, there's a page on Twitter called UniWatch. They do a great job of covering all things uniforms. If you're into that stuff, they reached out to someone from Major League Baseball, and
most people probably aren't.
They reached out to someone from, or they talked to someone from Fanatics or Nike or someone or Major League Baseball or something, and they got a document that shows 8 years of Major League Baseball players' pants, showing that they have always been see-through. But they are under extra scrutiny this year because of these new uniforms and teams posting more full body shots of players.
Yeah.
I did see though that there's an issue
I don't
about
see.
there's guys sweating through the gray Yankees uniforms, which aren't great.
No.
Like they're turning a different shade of gray.
I mean, you can tell in the photos that they just look and feel cheaper than they, than they should be for being, the pinnacle of jerseys.
Yes,
I get, they want to make it easy to manufacture and sell a lot, but I mean, come on.
Yeah, and it's slightly nerve-wracking for us hockey fans as well, because I don't know how in tune to that you are, but Adidas' contract runs out after the season.
Yes,
and
I did
Fanatics
know that.
is taking over production of those jerseys as well, which I've heard rumors that they're going to be made in the same factory as the Adidas ones, and it'll just be like a logo swap to start.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think for the first 2 years.
Yeah, something like that once they figure out their own design. But once they figure out their own design, I don't know exactly what's going to happen with the hockey jerseys and stuff. So stock up on Adidas ones while you can, because those things are great.
I've honestly never been a fan of Fanatics jerseys. Like, they've always to me just been like the cheap knockoff jerseys.
Yeah.
And that have been, I mean, they're presenting themselves like if you go to the store right now, at least for hockey, I don't necessarily know how it is in baseball, but for hockey now, you go to the store and they have all the jerseys, lined up, and the Fanatics ones are like $80, and like the actual Adidas ones are like $200 something.
Yeah.
And so probably I'm guaranteed they sell a lot more Fanatics jerseys, but the jerseys are crap.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're being honest.
It's like that like replica versus authentic. I think hockey's really the only sport where you can have a different jersey for a team that are both like officially licensed, like legit. They aren't fakes or knockoffs or anything like that, but they have different manufacturers for them and different logos on them.
But one is very much higher quality than the other one. You know what I mean?
The Adidas jerseys are great. Like I liked the Reebok ones that the NHL used to have before Adidas, and I didn't know how much better Adidas could make them, and Adidas made them significantly better.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a legacy Blackhawk fan, so the New Jerseys I wasn't a big fan of. But I did want to draw our attention to an article that was put out on MLB.com. Now, I'd read the whole article, so you don't have to.
This is the first article that Logan has ever read from MLB.com.
This is a fact. This is a fact. It's called Changes to MLB Uniforms Came After Years of Work and Input from Players.
Sure.
So, basically, it starts out just by saying, it's been a hot topic during the early days of spring training. This came out February 20th, so about a month ago.
Okay.
And it basically is saying, that they've been working on these jerseys for a long time, 6 years.
Sure.
And it kind of goes through the story and the process. And I felt that the article was leading me along to where they were going to address the concerns that people are having.
Yeah.
Okay. And, that's kind of how this article was presented itself to me, and that's kind of what I was expecting as I got further and further into this article, because, it's been 6 years since the league began, working on these new uniform changes back in spring of 2018. They talk about body scanning technology and how they want to go for more, performance-based design.
Yeah. Which is understandable,
whatever. Whatever. I mean, that's just a bunch of baloney, but okay.
Well, for the on-field it matters, but for the retail ones, for fans,
Well, right. But so, the more you get into this jersey, the more it turns into the MLB just spinning it into basically pumping themselves up.
Yeah.
Saying, they did all this work and they got all this input from players, it never addresses a single concern that anybody's had. It doesn't, it basically just pumps them up. It's a article that is essentially just not showing any negative light on anything, but essentially reinforcing, what they want, what message they want to put out there.
Yeah.
And this, to me, I mean, this is an embarrassment.
Yeah. I like after I thought like I didn't like them at first, and I don't really like them now. But now after watching 3 games, like I can't say that I really notice like I notice the smaller names, but like that's about it when players are wearing them on field. Like obviously it's different if you're buying a jersey. I don't know what the retail ones are like, if they have the same inconsistencies as the on-field ones do, you know?
Yeah.
But one thing I found interesting they're doing too is that they're changing how some of the teams, like their logo splits down the middle. You know?
Yeah.
So like one example is like the Dodgers. Like the Dodgers always had a clean break in the logo between the O and the D. Okay. Mm-hmm. So it made sense. But now they're splitting it in the middle of the second D in the word Dodgers. Mm-hmm. Which just kind of looks a little off.
Yeah, and it doesn't line up correctly. It just feels cheaper. Is what again, the impression that it made on me was every picture, that I've seen, it just makes every jersey look like a cheap knockoff of the previous one.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why, they want to make the changes for on-field stuff, like a lighter jersey is more breathable, baseball's played in the summer, you want to keep the players cool and stuff like that. But, when they start to trickle into what the consumer is buying, that's when it becomes an issue.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, it's just they should be producing the top-of-the-line jersey, that the best jersey that money could buy. That should be the ones that they're wearing on the field. And you're telling me that's the best that they could come up with?
I mean, they think it is, at least.
Well, I mean, but that's
in terms of,
I don't know.
But of course, I mean, like to look at it from Nike's and Fanatics and the MLB's perspective, they're looking at it in terms of, performance metrics and how this can be better for the players and stuff like that. They're looking at it
how it could be better for their wallets because they have to spend less money for each player. I mean,
they're looking at a completely different lens as a consumer. Oh yeah, it's all a money game. Yeah,
that's all it is. They don't give a flying anything.
Well, that's why Nike's doing all of the different specialty uniforms. You have the City Connect program in Major League Baseball. You have the City uniforms in basketball. They signed, it was a triple-digit, $1 million deal for these naming rights. So they need to recoup that, so they make all these special edition jerseys to sell more merchandise and things like that, I saw somewhere, I watched this video where
junkier.
If you watch a Major League Baseball game, I think you'll have a Nike logo on screen for around like 60 or 70% of the time. Which is wild. Over the course of a 3-hour baseball game, you're seeing 2 hours with a Nike logo in frame, which is crazy.
And you know what? Just seeing 2 hours worth of that Nike logo makes me want to go out and give them a bunch of money, doesn't it?
To some people, it does.
No.
To some people, it does.
Nobody sees a Nike logo and was like, I'm going to go buy myself a new pair of running shoes made by Nike.
But it gets their brand in your head, so it's working.
Something like that.
So it's
gets
working.
us talking about it.
For them, it's working. Yep.
No press is bad press,
well,
right? Isn't that how that goes?
Speaking of something we were talking about, we had a great discussion about peanut butter last week.
Oh, God.
One of my favorite foods. And I told you about how the local grocery store has a 4-pound thing of peanut butter.
Oh.
Okay. So I was lucky enough to find a 4-pound thing of peanut butter at the store. They were back in stock. They were not in stock the last time I went to the store, but they are back, and I have one with me.
Oh my!
Okay, would you like to
wait,
see?
You got okay. I'm nervous.
I also got a second type of peanut butter. Should we talk about the second type of peanut butter first?
Oh God!
We also talked about how Reese's has their own peanut butter. So this is 1 pound and 2 ounces. This little guy, I bought this, and I can confirm that it tastes like Reese's peanut butter.
Yeah, can you give us do you have a big old spoon? You're gonna take a spoonful?
No, but I can use my finger.
Oh God! But we need okay. Oh God!
It tastes like Reese's peanut butter.
Okay.
Now,
well,
the only
glad
problem
we got
with
that
this
settled.
Is that you definitely pay the Reese's tax with this because this was $5.
$5 for the mini jar?
Yeah, but I did it for the podcast. There's no larger size. It was just this one. It's creamy. It's Reese's.
They only come in 8-gram jars. I mean, how many?
8 grams?
How many? You
this
make
is a pound.
I don't know. Oh, it said 8G. What does the 8G
Oh, that's
mean?
8 grams of protein per serving.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. How many peanut butter and jelly sandwiches do you think you're getting out of that jar?
I don't know. It says that there's 16 tablespoon servings in it. So deal with that what you will. But it's also made by the Hershey Company, though, so I had to support local, living in Pennsylvania. So
there you go. Well, I saw. Speaking of Pennsylvania, before we see the large jar,
yes,
whatever factory was in this article they were talking about is in Pennsylvania. Did you know that?
There's for some Majestic? Sort of. For the jerseys?
One of them, yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I do remember hearing that. Yeah.
Anyway,
back to peanut butter. Are you ready to see
peanut butter?
I feel like I need something.
Time, peanut butter jelly time.
I feel like I need something to scale, but I don't really have anything to scale.
Well, we could scale it with your head.
That could work.
You think you could fit your whole head in the jar?
No, I could not fit my whole head in the jar. You may be disappointed if you're expecting my whole head to fit in the jar. Here is the 4-pound jar of peanut butter. 4 pounds on the dot. This is a hefty sucker. This one says that it has 57 2-tablespoon servings. And this other one, for comparison, here are the 2 jars of peanut butter. This one says it has 16, and this one says 57. So here we go. I'll give it a little spin-around for the camera.
And can you can we rate the Reese's peanut butter out of 10? And then I'm going to have you rate this peanut butter.
See, this one's not open yet, but I have had this peanut butter before.
What brand? First of all, what brand is this?
This is store-bought. This is store brand, generic brand peanut butter.
Store brand?
For reference, okay, I paid, this is where it gets good. I paid $5 for this thing. This is good. I'd give it like a 8 out of 10. I never really thought that Reese's peanut butter would be like peanut butter that I would want to have just by itself. Maybe a 7. We'll do a 7. This was.
Did you find it chalky at all? Because sometimes I find the peanut butter inside Reese's peanut butter cups chalky.
Not really. No, this is pretty smooth. Granted, it's fresh.
Yeah, so I mean it says creamy, but
it says creamy, so it lives up to that. Yes, it's like this is fresh Christmas tree or Easter bunny or Easter egg peanut butter, not the regular.
That's where I find it most chalky is in those. Well, we talked about this, Reid.
Whatever floats your boat.
Okay, so that was five what? 87 you said?
That was $5.
$5 on the nose.
This was. Now, I would give this peanut butter about an 8. Okay, it's pretty bog standard peanut butter.
I'm sorry, what did you say? Bog standard?
Isn't that a thing? I don't know. Anyway,
no.
Ignore that. This is peanut butter. This is pretty standard peanut butter. This is like your old run-of-the-mill, this is made in North Carolina.
Comes straight from the peanut plant.
There's a phone number on the back.
How do they make peanut butter?
For product questions or concerns, I can contact them.
I have a question about peanut butter. I guess I just had a question about peanut butter.
You guess how much this peanut butter was for 4 pounds?
4 pounds. Was it $1 a pound? $4?
No.
Was it more than that?
It was more than that. It was more than the Reese's.
Well, to be fair, this is quite a significant amount more.
This is 4 times as much.
$8, $2 a pound.
Very close. It was $7.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So $7 for this amount of peanut butter, which honestly isn't bad because if I wanted the same amount of peanut butter in the Reese's stuff, I would be paying $20, but I paid $7 for this.
And for the scale, for the people who are listening on audio only, because again, this is an audio only platform, it looks like you can fit about 4 of those creamy Reese's peanut butter jars inside of the creamy peanut butter.
That would probably be correct. Yeah, the math checks out on that one. But yeah, that's
a lot of peanut butter.
It's a big thing of peanut butter. But
I can't believe you didn't bring a spoon or something or like a big pretzel rod.
I don't have a big pretzel rod laying around.
Really?
No, I can't say I have one of those on hand.
Aren't you German? The Germans like pretzels.
Yeah, but I just don't have pretzels laying around like at the ready for peanut butter eating.
I have pretzels at the ready. I just happen to have a bag of pretzels right here.
You planned
that. They're cheddar. I did not.
You definitely planned that. I'm trying to think of other things to compare this thing of peanut butter to. Let me see if I have anything in my...
How about a baseball? Do you have a baseball, since we're baseball themed today?
Not within arm's reach. Oh, I have a AA battery. Would that work?
All right. Well, here's a question. How many AA batteries do you think you could fit in that 4-pound jar of peanut butter?
A lot, because here's the 4-pound jar of peanut butter, and here's the AA battery.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And for those listening at home,
3.5
said
AA
a lot,
batteries tall.
He said a lot of AA batteries could fit in that jar of peanut butter. I argue that you could fit no batteries in there, considering it's full of peanut butter.
That's fair. That's fair. That was a zinger. All right.
Zing!
Funny guy Logan over here.
I know. Hey, another one before we move on to odd news. Did you live in an apartment, right?
I do live in an apartment.
Why?
You can ask me why it's called an apartment.
Why is it called an apartment?
Because I live in a part of the building.
That's
a part of the building.
You ruined the punchline, Reid. You're supposed to let me get there first, and then
I think it was a worthy punchline to be ruined.
No, it wasn't. But whatever.
I don't know.
And that burst of energy leads us into our final segment for Odd News of the Week. Would you like to go first?
Sure.
Sir?
So I am trying to continue on my theme of connecting all my odd newses together. Okay. So
has this been a theme?
Yes.
I don't think it has.
No,
but okay.
We had a couple ones from Pennsylvania in a row, and then we connected it with the Legos. Remember, I had two Lego stories, and now you remember a couple weeks back about how I told you that story about that deer getting stuck with that bucket over its head.
Yeah,
all right.
I do remember that.
So this one takes us from
that was funny.
This one takes us brings us from the States over to England, because there is another deer that has been stuck somewhere. Okay, but this time it was stuck in an unattended soccer net. Okay, it became entangled, and there's a photo of this thing, and this thing is stuck. Like, all four limbs are stuck in this net.
It got stuck.
But the RSPCA, I don't know exactly what that acronym means.
Pet Control Agency. Royal Pet Control Agency.
It's got to be...
We have the ASPCA.
RSPCA.
Right? American States...
This is the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Okay, close. They responded to this incident, and they said that the deer was safely removed from the net with only superficial injuries. And they said that this should serve as a reminder to put away nets when not in use.
That, seems arbitrary.
Yes, I would agree. I would agree.
That's such a weird thing to tell people.
Yeah, this is a very niche.
You put your nets away.
Yeah, put your nets away. Don't have your soccer nets laying out, because God forbid there's a deer that gets stuck.
Well, you never. Deer. I thought deer were supposed to be smart. They can jump high, like 11 feet in the air.
They're dumb animals, though.
But they wander into roads.
Deer may be some of the dumbest animals
ever. That's not accurate.
I don't know. They're not very smart.
Well, dinosaurs were animals, right? And they're not even around anymore.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know how much of their extinction was up to them, though.
I don't know. I was watching Jurassic Park today for the first time, and that's why I got dinosaurs on my mind.
Fair enough.
But
what do you got?
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. But my news segment has to do with my friend Kyle.
You have a friend named Kyle?
I have a friend Kyle. I have multiple friends named Kyle, actually. This particular Kyle, though, is a town in Texas called Kyle, Texas. And they're having a state fair for a world record attempt for the largest same-name gathering with an official gathering of the Kyles.
That's very interesting.
Someone named Kyle?
What?
Do you know someone named Kyle?
I do, yeah. There's someone that I went to high school with whose name is Kyle, who lived down the street from me.
Well, you should get him to send him a text and tell him to go to Kyle, Texas, because the city managed to attract 1,490 people named Kyle to the event last year.
That's impressive.
And this year's event will take place on May 18th at the, of course, Kyle Fairground, part of the Kyle Fair.
Oh.
Wow. So the current world record was set in 2017 when 2,325 people named Ivan attended an official record attempt in Bosnia.
Oh, interesting.
So, yeah, wow.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like I have a goal in my life, and my goal is to make my way into the world record book.
Okay.
And I think we just need to get like a gathering of the Logans going on here.
That could be good. There's a lot of Logans out there, probably.
I've met a female Logan before.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, I didn't know that it was also a girl's name. That's, if you were going to break a record, what record would you break?
That's, oh boy. I'm trying to think of stuff I could actually do. I don't know. I'm staring at this peanut butter, trying to think of something with that, but I have no idea.
most peanut butter eaten in an hour?
No, that would
has to be a world record, right?
Probably, but that would be terrible. That's like peanut butter is dense. I don't know what I would do.
Most peanut butter eaten in 1 minute. Here you go.
Okay, how much is it? Is
it
more or less
how
than
much
4
pounds?
How much? Because I'm ready to go if it's less.
How much do you think it was?
I'm going to say it was 3 pounds of peanut butter. I feel like I'm drastically undershooting that.
Let me see here. I don't know. It's in grams.
Oh.
How many grams are in a pound? Oh. Okay. So you're overshooting.
Oh, okay. That's good. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. How much was it?
It was 378 grams or 0.83
That's
pounds.
less than this thing. That's light work. Give me some graham crackers.
No. This is in 1 minute.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That's a lot of peanut butter in 1 minute.
Yeah, that is. Peanut butter doesn't go down easy.
Yeah,
no,
it's
very sticky.
I was thinking about eating that as a snack.
Peanut butter?
And then at one time I was at the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor said you can put peanut butter in like a smoothie.
Yeah, that's what I do in the morning. Yeah.
Oh,
I did.
Well, I just thought that was disgusting.
Oh no, it blends in quite nicely. Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, I think it's a little bit of a shorter episode today. That's
okay.
All right. We are on all social media all sorts of social media platforms, and Reid's going to tell us about those
Instagram
right now.
Instagram and TikTok add a lot of.
Me last week, you this week, or that was 2 weeks ago,
Instagram
I guess.
Instagram and TikTok at Basement Birds.
At Basement Birds, that's right. No more birds in this basement. I tell you what, we do have a bird that's trying to get in the laundry room, though. That seems like an issue.
That's no good.
Nicole, every time, I swear, I don't know what it is about this house, but birds just want to get in. And you know what? They are not welcome here.
Yeah.
No birds.
Yeah.
If you're watching
Go
birds,
Go away.
Yeah. But if you're watching, come back next week for another fun episode of The Basement Birds. Talk to you then.